Welcome to the Battle of 840. They're calling it the Miracle on the Turf. We're here at Page. I'm your co-host, Jeremy Qualls. With me, as always, is co-host Tate Mathews. Welcome to WCS Game Day. A special edition of WCS Game Day. It's the Battle of 840. We're at Patriot Country. Tate, it's hard to believe, brother. 5 years we've been doing this. Battle of 840. It's gone back and forth every single time. Page won last year, 28-14.
Right. The very first game day was at the Battle of 840. It was at Fairview. I tell you what, though, man, I'm excited to be here. High school football is finally here. I feel like I'm at the emergency room, Dr. Qualls. We got Dr. Jones. We got Dr. Pantall. We got Dr. Webb. And I'm not talking about the doctor of defense. I'm talking about the Dr. Webb in the house. That tells you how big of a deal this is. Page, Fairview, this is the biggest game to both of them for the whole year.
It sets the tone for both, for their seasons. It doesn't mean anything region standing-wise, but it is for bragging rights. 36 hours ago, Tate, 36 hours ago, this field was nothing but fabric. They didn't think it was going to happen. The miracle on turf, it is done. It is completed. It is beautiful. The 840 game, let me give you a little stat. 2014, Fairview won this matchup 21-7. 2015, Page answered the bell 38-7. 2016, Fairview won 13-10. Last year we mentioned 28-14 Page. It has literally come down to a point total in the last 11 years. The Battle of 840, 130-114. Page is on top right now.
It doesn't get much closer than that, does it?
Rathbone and Hughes, 3-3 head-to-head.
That's right.
Here's an interesting stat, though. Coach Chris Hughes is 1-0 on turf.
That's right. And he's looking to go 2-0 tonight. That's what he's thinking. I heard that's what he's predicting. But, hey, they like to play fast. That's what the turf is for. But Page in the new red uniforms, I like them, by the way.
They look great.
You can. This game's a rivalry game. It truly is a rivalry game. So when that happens, you never know. You can throw records, past history out the books, out the window. It's all about tonight.
So Fairview's looking to claim its third regional 6-3A crown in a row. Coach Chris Hughes, the Yellow Jackets, they're coming in. All the other opposing coaches that saw him at the Jamboree said, this team is really big. What is the key for Fairview winning tonight?
Well, obviously they don't have Darius James anymore, but they do have, I believe he was quoted in the paper the other day as saying the best offensive line he's had since he's been there at Fairview. So if they can find a running game, because they obviously have a very good offensive line, if they can find a running back who can probably do, half of what Darius James did, I think they'd be very, very excited with that. Cam Harris-Lusk, obviously he's their electric playmaker. They moved him from quarterback last year where he had over 1,000 yards passing, 700 yards rushing. He's the wide receiver now. They got to find a way to get him the ball. You got to think in a game like this with both of them have young players on both sides of the ball, if they can find a way to break a couple with him, he kind of takes that big play capability hold that Darius had. If they can get some big plays for Cam Harris-Lusk, I think they got a chance to get this thing successful. Let that big offensive line lean on the Page defense, young defensive line in the second half. I think that would be their success, their key to success.
Were you talking about that offensive line anchored by Jackson Clevenger? You're talking about a hoss. This dude is a dude for Fairview. State champion wrestler. We've talked about it before. Very agile on his feet. That guy right there can flat get it done. Also on the defensive side, putting pressure. What are keys to Coach Rathbone and the Page Patriots tonight offensively to get things done?
I think the same thing. They have to find some sort of a running game, and I think they can do that with Quincy Compton, but they can't turn the ball over. And I know we talk about that a lot, but you look at the past games, the games where Page doesn't turn the ball over and shoot themselves in the foot, they've been successful. So, they got a good quarterback in Cade Walker. They've lost some playmakers, but they got one back, Michael Burdick. He's healthy this year. That guy was on fire last year. First few games, he's a definite all-state selection. But he's back. He's healthy. He's a young man who can make plays on both sides of the ball. You don't want the ball around him on defense because he's got a chance to house it. on offense if you can find them a seam, he can house it. So same thing as kind of Cam Harris-Lusk. I think they want to try to find a way to get him the ball in space. If they do, not good for the Jackets.
Now, I haven't talked to Michael Burdick, but I would dare say he would love to sit back in that secondary tonight and hope that Coach Hughes goes to his mean machine flag football playbook and hope they throw it tonight in his direction. Because if he does, pick six city, baby. Michael Burdick, put him on your radar. He's a big-time playmaker for the Page Patriots. Could be a difference maker tonight. Now, let's look at the other WCS Sports Conference games going across the conference tonight. Tate, this could quite possibly be the best slate of week one games we've had in the 5 years here at the WCS Sports Conference. We're going to start with the granddaddy of them all, Franklin at Brentwood.
40th time they've played. Think about that, 40th time they played. Coach Crawford, Coach Webb, there's no telling how many times through the years they've played each other. It's going to be at Brentwood on the turf. Same kind of deal. I think anytime let's put it this way. Franklin started off 0-8 last year. Brentwood was 7-1. That game, though, week one last year was 14-10. That's how close that was. So you can throw it all out the window. Anytime those two get together, it's going to be tough. Page, much better defensively this year than they were last year. Obviously, Brentwood is replacing Carson Shacklett. If they can do that, they're explosive on offense.
Could they have the best duo, the best receiving duo, possibly in the WCS Sports Conference? You got Bishop, you got Avery Williams out there. You know, you look at that. Dr. Defense will dial something in. The Gacka's always a playmaker. They have a good receiver in themselves. Chancellor Bright, great playmaker for them. Here's an interesting stat. Franklin has won 4 of the last 5, Tate. 2017, however, Brentwood won this thing 14-10. Is this game that close?
No.
We'll get your pick later. Independence versus Oakland at Independence. This is a huge game. Everybody in the state's looking at this game. Second to the Battle of 840, of course. Independence, can they get on track? Cisco, where they're going to be? Offensive line. TJ Sheffield, can they hold off Woody Washington in that huge defensive line for Oakland?
Well, the neat thing about it, one, Nathan Cisco's playing with a lot of confidence. He's playing a lot more confident and a lot sharper than he was at this time last year. So I think a lot of people are looking at the Independence Oakland score from last year, thinking this is going to be another blowout by Oakland. That's not the case. This is a different Independence team. You talk about TJ Sheffield and Woody Washington. The problem is with the emergence of Isaiah Collier and others at the wide receiver spot, what Coach Blade will do now is he'll put TJ in the slot and he'll move him around. It's going to be hard to make sure that Woody Washington's on him. And if he gets the mismatch that he wants, you've seen it for years. Go back to those 29-1 days. If he gets him in the slot, gets the mismatch that he wants, number 2, will make them pay. I think this game's a lot closer than what people think.
TJ Sheffield committed to Purdue. Woody Washington committed to Oklahoma. The future's right there on that field tonight. Right off of 840, speaking of, at Independence High School. What a good game. I think right there, the offensive line is the key to the game tonight. The commitment to Idaho. Nathan Cisco, need a big game out of him tonight for Independence to roll. Nolensville, Fayetteville, new head coach Paul Derrick looking to do something that he's never done before at Nolensville. Start the season 1-0. They have some playmakers for themselves. Tim Stayskull, Colton Dooley, quarterback Brandon Wharton. Louisville offered C.J. Ware on the defensive end, on the defensive side of the ball. What about the Knights?
They lost by a point last year, heartbreaker. You remember how down Coach Hester was. They came back, obviously made the playoffs. That's not going to be the case this year. This team's good. Paul Derrick's first year as head coach. I think he gets a win in his first home game. And then Pat Curran over there running the offense. But another guy you missed when you were mentioning the playmaker, Zach Campbell. He's a guy who can take it. If they kick it to him, big mistake. He could take it the opening kickoff or their first kickoff return back.
First team without seniors in TWA history to not only make it to the playoffs, but advance. I expect them to go deeper this year. Big one, Battle of the Hill tonight, Summit versus Spring Hill. Ty Carter not walking out for them, but George Odemegwu filling those shoes.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he's going to be he'll be every bit as explosive as Ty was. This game, I don't know why. There's been a lot of firsts in Summit's histories the past few years, but they always seem to stub their toe against Spring Hill. So don't think that they don't want to start this season off 1-0. Coach Coleman's ready. You're going to get a steady dose of Geo tonight.
Interesting matchup for Summit tonight. On the other side of the ball for Spring Hill, former Patriot. Bubba Johnson's over there. He's bringing a lot of notoriety to that Murray County team.
Yep.
Not enough, brother. Summit, wing T, they're going to roll tonight.
You cannot tackle what you cannot catch.
That's right. Ravenwood versus Centennial. Everybody's got all their eyes looking at Ravenwood. What do they have to prove? Centennial's thinking they're overlooking the Cougars at CU. What do you think?
I don't think they're overlooking them, but I think they're pretty dang explosive. So, and Ravenwood's got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, maybe not even a little bit, a big chip on their shoulder. A couple of local experts picked them to finish last in the district last year, and we all know what happened there. Not the case this year. They have been on fire in the preseason, probably the most impressive preseason of any Williamson County team, any Wilco team. So, but I don't think they're overlooking them, but they're confident, and they got a right to be confident because they're really good.
Jariel Wilson, put him on your radar tonight. Running back for Centennial, can take it to the house at any given time. You look at the Ravenwood side of the ball, their receiving core has something to say about that best receiving core at Brentwood. You've got Anthony Holmes. You've got Andrew Mason. Quarterback Garcia's back. The Raptor fast, buddy. Raptor Nation looks really good.
Raptor fast. They're going to play fast. Coach Daniels is running the offense this year. So we'll see if that, sometimes there's a little bit of growing pains with that. He's trying to manage the game as the head coach, and now he's also calling the offense. And then they got the tight end transfer in, Criggingham. I'm going to get that. Trust me, the tight end is a dude. They have him along a little delay and hit him in the flat, and then he can flat fly. They're good on defense. It's going to be fun. Raptor fast. They didn't just say that for a reason. They believe it.
Well, that's enough about the WCS Sports Conference tonight. Week 1 wrap-up done. The rest of this show was nothing but Battle of 840. Joining us right now on stage, the head coach of the Page Patriots himself, Charles Rathbone, will be joining us right after this break. We'll be right back. This is WCS Game Day. Tate. Here we are with the man himself, the man of the hour, Coach Charles Rathbone, head coach of the Page Patriots. Coach Rathbone, 6th year as head coach here at Page, 7th year now. This is will be your 7th game here at the Battle of 840. You're 3-3. Are you going to break this curse of alternating wins this year? Brand new turf. What does it mean to the Page family?
Well, I tell you what, I mean, it's just special to be out here on this field. And you talk about 7 years being a head coach. It's just an honor to be a head coach at what we consider the best high school, the best student body in all of Williamson County. You know, are we going to break the curse or is it a curse? We really don't know, you know, but we're going to come out. We're going to play the game. We're going to play it right. We're going to get after it. We're going to do our best, and we're going to have a good time with our fans afterwards, and we're going to make it a memorable night.
Coach, football's a game of mistakes, adjustments, right? You have to adjust on the fly. You mentioned the best student body, best high school. I'm assuming now you think you have the best field. Didn't know if it was going to get done, right? You still had to prepare for the football game, correct?
Well, you know, I'm really, really glad you asked me that question, because last night I tweeted out thank you to Dr. Looney and to the board and all the people, Dr. Pantall, that made it possible. And I intentionally left out Mr. Qualls, who has been here and really been pushing for this and really stood by Page High School. And I just wanted to, I knew I was going to have this opportunity, and I just wanted to say thank you in person to Dr. Qualls. He's really meant a lot to our program, Dr. Pantall, and all of our administration. It's an honor. It's a beautiful facility. It's not a football facility. It is a Rudderville. It is a Page High School facility, and I think everybody's excited to have it.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I left you out of the Wilco, so now we're even, right? You don't owe me anything, man. No apology. Look,
I left out everything, so I'm good with that.
Look, I don't get any credit on that. I'm just happy for you guys because literally 36 hours ago, that was not. They were still hot gluing this stuff together. It's pretty amazing to watch this process. You have to shave out the numbers and the tick marks, put that thing in there, hot glue it around there. Then they have to brush the field, spread the sand, it's pretty amazing to watch it get done. And hats off to the construction workers first and foremost because they really got it done. Now, what does it mean to your school, number one, to win the Battle of 840? Two, what does it mean to win the first game on this turf?
Well, that's, on Monday, we had a lot of doubt about this field. And, thinking like a coach, I think I'm going to be able to spin it. We'll play on neutral field. We'll play anywhere we want to play, and they want to play, and we're going to win the game. But my seniors was much more disappointed than I really realized that they would be. And the excitement that they had when Dr. Pantall told us yesterday we're going to get to play on the field was just phenomenal. They're coming out here every single day, walking around the field. Dr. Looney and Dr. Pantall out here every single day. And then when the construction guys finally said, fellas, you're going to play that game tomorrow, it was just an exciting moment.
Talk about that moment. They announced it at school, man. They announced it at school that the game is going to be played on the field. What did this crowd do?
Well,
there's the answer, right?
Of course, remember now, Dr. Hill's over here, so I was teaching to the bell, so I didn't notice anything. But I've heard that kids started standing up in the classroom and cheering and getting excited and yelling in the classroom. And we can't ask for a better opponent than Fairview, to come over here and share this special moment with them. They're a lot like us.
Coach Rathbone, come on.
Oh, I didn't say I like them.
Let's quit all the sentimentals.
I just say that we're very similar schools.
Let's get into the football action. What does it take to win tonight?
Like you said, turnovers. We to this point we haven't been very good up front, and we got to be much better up front than we have been in our scrimmages and jamboree. If we can block, get off blocks, get into the gaps, and tackle, then I think we'll be all right. I have confidence in our skill position. I have confidence in our quarterback, and I believe in our line. Our line's got the ability, but we are a team that's going to get better and better and better throughout the season.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback who takes over halfway through the season last year and then completes over 60% of his balls as a sophomore, you got to be very confident in him, right? Question, team game is going to take all 22, 24, and then the people reserving in. When you got a two-way player like Michael Burdick, a guy who can literally be a game changer on either side of the ball. Obviously, you can't play every snap. How do you balance that?
Well, we've been preaching at him all week about hydrating. Make sure he's taking care of his body. We've ran him pretty hard this camp. And he was one of those that cramped up a lot last year, and I think he's promised himself he's not going to let it happen again. A lot of times you got to put it back on these kids. We love these kids with all of our heart, and we'll do anything in the world for these kids, just like they're our own. But at some point, these kids got to take care of their own bodies. We can't be there with them, making them drink water, and I tell my kids that every day in class. They got to, at some point, do what's right for themselves.
Coach Rathbone, you're needed at the admin meeting. We wish you the best of luck, my friend. 840, break the curse tonight. Good luck, bro. Coach Charles Rathbone, head coach of 840. When we come back, Tate, it's time to pick them. We're going to have two special guests. The principals of Fairview High School and Page will be joining us. This is WCS Game Day. Stay with us. Welcome back to WCS Game Day. I'm here with somebody that thinks they're going to win the side of the Battle of 840. The Fairview Yellow Jacket faithfuls here at WCS Game Day. On stage right now, Shane Pantall, Kurt Jones, Tate Mathews. It's time to pick them. Tate, before we get into this, let's say thank you first and foremost to our sponsor, Walker Chevrolet. None of this could be done without them. Adidas, Mathews Team Sports, Buffalo Wings and Rings, the list goes on. Street Tuxedo. all this thing, man, we started, it was me and you by ourselves. And now we've got year 5. It started over at Page and Fairview. We've got 2 new principals since then, right? One at each school. Dr. Shane Pantall now in his 4th year as the Page Patriots principal. Kurt Jones, Dr. Kurt Jones, 1st year. Congratulations on the job and welcome. What does this game mean to both of you? I'm going to start with the home team.
Means a lot to us to get going. Make sure that Dr. Jones here suffers his first loss as principal at Fairview High School. But we also want to just get a good start to a great year. You can see a great field. We're thankful for that. So jumping start, a huge year for us.
Dr. Jones, what does this game mean to the Fairview faithful?
Well, Jeremy, I want to thank you very much for having us out here tonight. And before we get started, I didn't know that we were going to have a celebrity guest pick. I got a little something that I brought here.
What is going on? Who is this?
I know that I was sitting
Uncle
next to
Joey.
Uncle Joey from Full House. This is Shane Pantall when he was working out at Fairview High School. See, Fairview High School is where his heart really is.
Tate,
Uncle Joey from Full House, our guest picker tonight.
Tate, we've been doing this 5 years, brother. That's a first. That's a big step. Hey, that's a big step off.
Well, I have to say, you and I might be to blame. When he took this job, we told him,
Man.
Dr. Oyer and Dr. Pantall bring it, so you better bring it. Obviously, he took it to heart. Never had shots fired before we actually started the pick.
Across the bow. All right, we got to get started. You know the rules to Pick'ems. We're going to go across the WCS Sports Conference. Let's start at the granddaddy of them all. Franklin at Brentwood. Who do you have?
Going with Franklin by 3.
Franklin by 3.
While I started at Franklin High School, but my heart's at Fairview High School, I've got to go with Brentwood tonight by a
Brentwood
touchdown.
tonight. Tate, who do you have?
The doctor of defense is now doctor offense. Shotgun 5 wide, but it's not enough. I think Brentwood is going to shock some people. They might be one of the teams in the state most explosive offense. Too much. Brentwood Brew. Brew wins.
Not enough. I don't want to disrespect Franklin. I love the Rebels. I love the Rebellion, but tonight is not their night. It's going to be a rough night, rough start to week 1 for the Rebels. Brentwood rolls. Ravenwood at Centennial. Who do you have?
Going with Ravenwood. Too tough.
Yeah, Ravenwood tonight, I agree.
I agree with the 2 doctors. Jariel Wilson, he's a playmaker for the Cougs, but Ravenwood, Raptor Fast, too much. This thing, it could get ugly early.
Love Coach Kreisky. Love Jariel Woo-Woo Wilson. Ain't enough, brother. Raptor Fast is too stout tonight. Ravenwood rolls. Indy versus Oakland. This is a good one.
Love to go with Indy, but I think Oakland's the winner tonight.
Well, last year, Oakland put it on Indy, and it was pretty embarrassing for them. I think Independence tonight gets revenge.
You notice the bling on Dr. Jones' finger. That's from Independence. Coach Blade, I'm telling you, it's a different team. I didn't think this earlier in the week. I do now. I really do. I think he dials it up. I think they beat the Patriots, and I think they beat them by double digits.
Wow.
Yeah. Tweet that out, Dr. Qualls.
I don't even know what to say. I hope you're right. I do. Different team. Oakland, everybody's on their radar. They look great. They're not bad. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say, I think they're just a little bit overzealous right now on the Oakland Patriots.
Yep.
I think Indy's back. Blade Runner, look out. Independence. Nolensville, Fayetteville, we'll run out of time, guys. We've got to go quick.
Going Nolensville tonight.
And I've known Alvin Palmer for a long time, but Nolensville's got it tonight.
Nolensville. Paul Derrick gets first win.
Nolo starts off 1-0, first time in history. Summit Spring Hill, we got to go. We got to go.
Going Summit.
Going Summit with the revenge.
Summit Spring Hill.
Summit, double digits.
Old
Popcorn
Sparty
City.
rolls tonight. Battle of 840. Here it is, folks. Battle of 840. Who do you have? Go.
We've been working hard here at Page. Too hard. Big time bling out of the Battle of 840 for that. Kurt Jones. Boom. Another win. Big time.
Well, Shane, I don't want you going home empty-handed tonight, so I brought a little something for you. I brought a little picture for you to hang in your office tonight after we take home the trophy.
Tate, who do you have?
Thank you, sir.
Well, I can't remember the last time I picked against Rathbone. I'm in the house of my favorite WCS quarterback, Zachy Mizell. Brings back fond memories, but I was watching the NFL Network, man, and I was watching this flag football team called the Mean Machine, and it was the most explosive offense I've ever seen. Guess who calls the plays for the Mean Machine, Coach?
Chris Hughes.
Chris Hughes, the head coach of the
He picks Fairview.
of the
Fairview High School.
Fairview Yellow Jackets. I'm going with the Mean Machine.
I've got my shirt on tonight.
Smells good, too.
I've got my shirt on tonight, fresh in the mail from Dodge City Community College. You know who that is? Running back, former running back of the Fairview Yellow Jackets, Darius James.
Ooh, big player.
He's playing at Dodge City. I've got the Conquistador shirt on. But Darius James is not running out tonight. The Patriots roll tonight. Woo! Patriots roll. This has been WCS Game Day. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.